been times in Appalachian history where people wiped out their own food systems by accident because of the unpredictability of nature. Back in the 1800s, early 1900s, in the mountains in wintertime, certain storms would force farmers to slaughter their hogs early. So they would have community hog killing days, basically, where the communities would get together and they would slaughter the hogs and they would process them as groups of people, as communities. And they waited until cold weather to do this so that the meat wouldn't spoil. But when you had really unpredictable winters with harsh snow, then this would force people to slaughter their hogs early before they had planned. Sometimes you have blizzards unseasonably early. So they would go out and they would slaughter their hogs, but then they would have unseasonably warm weather in, November, December, and the temperatures would rise. And when the temperatures would rise, the meat would spoil really fast. Back then, they didn't have refrigeration, so there was no saving the meat if they hadn't processed it correctly, or certain types of meat that had been processed certain ways, it just spoiled. Food would be destroyed before it ever got the chance to reach market. In Appalachian communities, hogs were a major source of food. Back then was local. If livestock died or the meat spoiled, there was no backup. There was no backup truck coming up the mountain to bring food. Trains would be delayed by winter weather and winter snow. Roads would be blocked up so that people couldn't pass. I mean, look at that. In the mountains, families depended on their farms. They depended on what they could put up for the winter. And that's why winter preparation meant so much back in the old days. Smokehouses, salt, curing, drying, every method of processing pork was from lived experiences, knowing what it was going to take to preserve meat. These storms shaped Appalachian food culture and winter habits. They taught people to take snow seriously, to prepare early, and to never assume that conditions would stay safe. They taught people to be prepared for anything. So today, when storms hit, that memory's still there. People in the olden days, the reliance on homegrown foods really was dependent on the weather, and a bad weather system and snowstorm like this could completely destroy someone's food for the winter, and they could have to ration and starve, and it was really dangerous.